perhaps a momentous occasion where many believe that this is the point from where we as a nation, a civilization will take off. And joining us now is Swami Amritaswarupananda Puri ji. He's the Vice Chairman of the Mata Amritanandabai Mutt. He's the President of the Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. But more importantly, he's one of the first disciples of Amma, the first person to get sannyasa under Amma, Mata Amritanandabai ji. So, Swamiji, namaskaram. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for your time. Let me first ask you, sir, how do you see the Prana Pratishtha January 22nd, 2024? How big an occasion is this? What's the significance?
The Ram Mandir in Ayodhya is indeed a significant milestone. But I would say Lord Rama is even more important. As a role model for people from all walks of life, Sri Rama's exemplary life and teachings he imparted through his life and actions will continue to inspire future generations. The Ram Mandir signifies a revival of Bharat's intrinsic culture. So it's definitely a historic moment. However, Ram and his message, his life, his actions, his life that demonstrated beyond all divisions, going on beyond all divisions, to be a true secularist. That should be followed, that should be observed.
But many believe Ram was kalpanik, he's a myth. He's not history or itihasa. What would you say? And what does he actually stand for? You've touched upon it, so can you elaborate?
Ram stands for Dharma, which is essential for maintaining a balance between the external and the internal worlds. And following Dharma is crucial as it helps to keep greed at bay, which is a major problem in our society. Greed causes a disturbance in all aspects of life, including corporate, political, family, and workplace environments. Just as every place, including our homes, has a structure, the universe also has a structure, and this structure is known as Dharma. Ram's life and actions exemplify a life free of greed and filled with selflessness. And this is the reason why a state of great equilibrium was maintained in Ayodhya and neighboring countries during the Ramayana period, which is known as Rama Rajya. The whole concept of Rama Rajya emerged from that. And regarding the question whether Ram is real or fictional, kalpanik, I would like to pose a counter question. Are Buddha, Mahavir Jaina, Guru Nanak, Jnanadeva, Shri Sai Baba, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda, Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, and Mahatma Gandhi real or fictional, kalpanik? Are they merely products of a creative writer's imagination? If they are not, then Rama is not fictional either.
Let me ask you this before we get into the finer aspects. Have you had a chat with Amma? Has Amma ji spoken on this? I had the good fortune of meeting her in Bangkok, but at that time we didn't approach this subject. But what does she feel about this moment?
Amma sincerely hopes that the devotees of Rama will try to follow even a small part of the dharma that he practiced. Like Lord Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So, God, the all-pervading consciousness, very well knows that the human beings are limited. They have weaknesses, they have limitations. So God doesn't want us to be perfect. With all our imperfections, God accepts us. Therefore, Krishna says, practice a little bit of dharma, and that is more than enough to take you beyond all your problems. So Amma places a greater emphasis on inner transformation. And in her own words, the external environment, that is paristhiti, changes only when the inner environment, manasthiti, changes. So Amma firmly believes that love is the only force that can bring about a true transformation in people. However, Amma is pleased that the devotees' long-awaited wish is finally being fulfilled.
Swamiji, let me ask you, you talked about paristhiti and manasthiti. How will this impact Bharat's paristhiti and Bharat's manasthiti, collective conscience as a nation?
Bharat, there was a time when Bharat shone like the crown jewel of the world. And what was different from today's world? Because we always try to practice paravidya and aparavidya. They were like two wings of a bird, like Asama puts it. We gave importance to spirituality. All our development, all our progress in every single area of life was rooted in spirituality. So if we are rooted in spirituality, because spirituality is beyond religion, spirituality is beyond language, nationality, caste, creed, sect. So if everyone in India, in Bharat, as I said before, can practice this dharma, spirituality, at least a little bit, it can become an example, a shining example once again. And I would say Bharat would be able to lead the entire world if we, the citizens of Bharat, can practice some amount, some degree of spirituality in their personal lives as well as in public life.
Your thoughts on the Prana Pratishtha being conducted when the temple is still being built, although the first level and the roof on top is ready, the Kalasha is not yet made and the full temple is not complete, and the Prime Minister sitting as the Yajaman. There are questions, opinions being raised about this. Your thoughts, Swami?
See, the sanctum and basic infrastructure have been completed. There are several temples in the country where the Prana Pratishtha or consecration ceremony was performed before finishing the entire temple complex. Customs and traditions vary from region to region and even within a state. Therefore, there are no hard and fast rules to follow. See, in our country, it is customary to celebrate housewarming ceremonies with religious rituals. And these ceremonies are conducted when a family moves into a newly built house, even if it is not fully finished. The family shrine room, kitchen, a few bedrooms, and washrooms are usually ready, along with access to electricity and water. Despite the other parts of the house being unfinished, people still live there and perform their daily routines, including puja. Similarly, a temple or Kshetra is considered to be the house of God. Unlike human houses with multiple rooms, the sanctum is God's bedroom, living room, dining room, and so on. The sanctum symbolizes the heart, where God dwells as Kshetrajna, the all-pervading consciousness in all living and non-living beings. Therefore, when the sanctum is ready, consecration can be performed, and God can reside there. And the Prime Minister being the Yajamana, he is the head of the state. He is the Prime Minister of the country. And I don't think there is any problem with the Prime Minister becoming the Yajamana of this whole ceremony.
Another question quickly on this technical aspect, the Vigraha. Now, the place is Ram Janmabhoomi. They say there is a Vigraha or Ram Lalla who's been in a tart. So why aren't you placing him there? Because he's Ram Lalla Virajman. Why a new Vigraha? So one. So can the place be the same, but the Vigraha replaced?
See, I may not answer this question directly because for me, the present moment is of utmost importance. It's a joyous occasion for devotees all around the world, and we should celebrate this moment, currently the question of replacing the deity has no significance. The Vigraha, as far as the Vigraha is concerned, it is of Ram Lalla, which represents baby Ram. And I would say it was really, really a thoughtful decision to choose the image of child, Ram, as it symbolizes qualities such as innocence, love, faith, determination, etc. Even a small child, I mean, in a normal child, human being, human child. So these are the values that everyone should cultivate in today's world. If the image might have been of grown-up Rama wielding a bow and arrow, it might have been misinterpreted and criticized as promoting violence. So the image of Ram Lalla is more suitable for our times, where war, violence, and division and a lack of love are sowing the seeds of hatred and unforgiveness in the minds of people. The image of child Rama conveys a positive and healthy image, not only for Bharat, but for the entire world.
We also have the concept of the Chara and Achara Vigraha. So, or what is called the Utsava Vigraha. So is it possible that there can be two deities in the same temple? One is immovable, the other one sthira and asthira.
There are ways to absorb the energy of the idol, the image that is being worshipped inside the sanctum sanctorum, and transferred to another image, same kind of similar image. And that normally would be carried around the temple or outside the temple premises, so that the people can also see the Lord. It's like, it's like a king traveling across the country to see his or her subjects. So, I mean, these are all sankalpas. Even a temple is a sankalpa. It's a human body. The temple means it's a human body where infinite power is inherent. So the temple means it's like a human being in full prostration. So, all the spiritual, as long as we don't practice spirituality in our life, in our day-to-day life, these symbols will remain as symbols, and it will not have any meaning. But when we start practicing it, the symbols disappear, and we experience the joy, and that joy spreads everywhere, and it uplifts others also, and it purifies the atmosphere as well.
Let's hope that happens 22nd January and beyond. Swamiji, pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.